Hey, what is up guys, DRC3 here, back with another My Hero Ultra Impact video, and today we are over on the My Hero Ultra Impact Twitter because they have been posting some really interesting stuff that I wanted to share with you guys, especially if you don't follow their Twitter account. I know a lot of people don't necessarily have Twitter or go to Twitter, and maybe you just come to these YouTube videos, so I wanted to show you guys what the developers are talking about on their page. But before we get to that, if you haven't already, please consider going down and hitting that subscribe button, leaving a like, or a comment. It really helps me out a lot, guys, and I appreciate it. Okay, so let's get into this. The very first thing I want to talk about, the very first thing that they have posted recently is they are doing these top secret file things, okay? And I don't know why they're called top secret files. I guess because we don't really know this stuff without them telling us. So they are telling us the total characters and memories owned in the game currently at the end of the first year of the game, since the first anniversary is coming up. So right now there are 484,573,085 total characters and memories owned in the game. Now that is a lot, and that is really good. Considering people ask, like, well, how long is this game going to last? What's the life of the game going to be? Do you think it's going to die, or do you think it's going to live? And really, we don't know yet. A lot of that will come down to the first anniversary, which is coming up here in a week. But these numbers, these are very good numbers for a game in its first year of life. That is really nice. Okay, so that's just the first top secret file. They have posted a total of 3 of them so far. I don't know if they'll be posting more, but they posted 3 so far. The second top secret file is for SR and UR character awakenings. How many have been awakened? So the first one was how many characters are owned, 484 million. Now we're going to talk about how many have actually been awakened. And this number is kind of interesting because you can't, if you know anything about the game, you're not always going to be able to awaken every character you have right away. Sometimes they're going to be gated behind stamina, and you just don't have enough stamina or mats, materials to get the character to the awakening that you want to get them awakened to. And so the fact that there are 4,313,850 characters awakened in total is very impressive, because that means people are playing the game. That means people are grinding out their awakenings and stuff like that. And you may say, well, 4,313,850 is not a lot of characters awakened compared to the amount of characters and memories owned. Remember, this is characters and memories. This is just characters, okay? So you can basically cut this number in half to about 284 million. And then on top of that, out of the roughly 284 million characters that are owned, a lot of those are going to be rares or SRs that people don't invest in as much as their UR characters. So you can get rid of, like, I don't know, probably 20 to 30 characters per person right there that people aren't going to be trying avidly to awaken. I mean, people might eventually awaken SRs, but rarely are they going to awaken rare characters because it's just not worth it. So the fact that there are 4,313,850 characters awakened, majorly, I would guess, probably being URs and a few SRs, that represents a good life of the game. The game is doing very well. If we assume that each person is awakening, you know, about 3 to 6 URs, then we have at least probably pretty close, or we're nearing 1 million players for the game. I don't know if we're quite there yet, but we're probably pretty close, maybe over. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Do you think we're over 1 million players in the game? Do you think we're up to 1 million? Do you think we're nowhere close? But overall, I think these numbers are a very good sign for the life of the game in the future. Hopefully they'll only increase after the first anniversary, but we will see. Okay, and then the last top secret file, we have the Gear Shop item exchanges. This number is huge, okay? So it is 1,407,396,822 items that have been exchanged in the game. Okay, and that includes for all shops. It includes the coin shop, the memory shop, the VE shop, the USJ shop, the Star shop, I assume, as well, and the Ultra Arena shop. So considering that's all shops, it shouldn't be any surprise that this number is so huge, especially when you can go through and refresh on the coin shop. That's probably, I would imagine, where most of these purchases actually come from, is the coin shop, where you can go through 2 or 3 times a day and completely buy out all 2000 tier, like the 2000 gold coin shop. Typically in the coin shop, you don't want to refresh over 4,000 or 6,000 gold, because then that's just a waste of gold at that point. But about 3 times a day, you can refresh for 2,000 3 or 4 times. So this is a huge, staggering number. And that just shows me that people are actually playing the game correctly. They are going and getting their advanced leveling items from the shop, because you can only get, well, I shouldn't say only get, you can largely get most of your advanced leveling items from the shop, or once in a while from missions or the tower challenges, okay? So if you're smart, you're going to go to the coin shop and buy your advanced leveling items 2 to 3 times a day, like I was saying before. So I'd assume that's where a majority of these item exchanges are coming from. And considering there's 1 billion item exchanges, let's say each person's doing 3 to 4. I wish I had done the math before this video, but I'm totally throwing random numbers out there and guessing. But considering the amount of refreshes and the amount of people that are playing, I think this is also a very good sign of the game's life, and that it is going to continue to grow. Okay, and now I've been talking a lot about these top secret files that the Twitter has been posting. I'm going to move on to a slightly different topic, but it has been mentioned. Let's talk about the first anniversary that is coming up, guys. Okay, so the first anniversary characters have been supposedly, hopefully we're correct, leaked, okay, by Air Impact over there on the My Hero Ultra Impact server. If you haven't watched that video, I did a video talking about what the characters would be and who they are going to be, but go watch that video. I'll talk about them slightly right here, not in as much detail as I did then, but you can see they have come out with this art on the 20th, and they have another art that I'm going to show you guys in a minute that came out on the 21st. You can see the gloves here and the fist bumping, and it looks kind of fantasy-ish in the background. You got the green grass. Like, it looks like a fantasy world. And that lines up with the data mine that we got that said we are going to be getting a brand new fantasy Deku and a fantasy Bakugo. So we are going to get 2 brand new URs. Supposedly. We don't know if they're actually going to be URs. We don't know if they're both going to be summonable. We don't know yet. We could end up with PURs, like Plus Ultra URs, who are like the LR equivalent on Dokkan. Maybe they'll both be the first ones in the game, making them a lot more hype, because I know some people have been like, oh, I saved my stones for this, another costumed character. This is terrible. And meanwhile, I'm over here and I'm like, yes, we're finally going to have a good Deku in the game. This is awesome. So, I mean, it all just depends on your preference and what you think. But let me know in the comments what you think of these characters so far and the little hints they're dropping. And I'm liking the costumes. I'm liking the way these are looking. This is literally just a hand, but that looks sick. Okay, so I'm going to show you the other one that they came out with today, and maybe they'll continue coming out with these up until the anniversary. I don't know, but it's all on the My Hero Ultra Impact Twitter if you wanted to check it out for yourself. Okay, so this is the one they released today, and you can see a picture of an arm. I believe it's an arm here. It's kind of hard to tell, like, which way is which on the arm. I assume this is the shoulder, and then down here is his hand that's covered up by the "Are you ready?" It's hard to tell based on this picture, but I am liking the colors. I'm liking the design. I am excited for these costume characters. It is going to be really cool. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with Bakugo, because I feel like there's already some pretty good variations of Bakugo in the game with blue Bakugo and purple Bakugo. So how are they going to outdo that? And then at the same time, Midoriya is just like, it's not going to be hard to outdo him, because there's not really a super crazy good Midoriya. You have the blue one who's okay, but I am going to be so excited to pull the Midoriya or the Deku if I can. That is really what I'm looking forward to in this anniversary. And then there's one last thing I wanted to talk about with you guys, because everybody is, like I said, so sad, so depressed. Like, oh, this is what you call an anniversary, huh? Oh, this is terrible, blah, blah, blah. You can see it right here in this comment on the right-hand side. Chris, this is what you call an anniversary? These units ain't hype at all. And so... and that's not all the comments, of course. If I were to scroll down, you'd see some that people were like, I was saving like crazy. This guy has 11,000 gems, okay? But for the naysayers out there, okay, I need you to keep in mind that there is a high high probability, I don't promise you anything, but a high probability that they are going to do a part 2, that they are hiding behind this part 1, because they know when they do the data download, when they upload things, that people are going to data mine. People are going to find out what's in the game. So if they do part 1 with something like this, you won't know what to expect with part 2. Okay, so if there is a part 2, you could end up with the units you want. You might end up getting a Prime All Might to like oversee these two. You might end up getting a Black Whip Deku. You don't know what you're gonna get. We don't know if there's gonna be a part 2. This is the first anniversary, so guys, literally anything goes. Okay, so you know, don't kill the messenger. Don't give up on the anniversary before it's gotten here. Stick around till the anniversary. Let's see what they got. I am super hyped. Screw this guy. I am hyped for a good Deku. And let me know in the comments what you guys think about this whole situation. They are literally giving us a whole bunch of gems for logging in. They're giving us, if you haven't looked in the game recently, so many missions for gems. Guys, play the game now. Play the game because you are getting free gems out the butt. And you guys are going to be able to do these summons, and you are probably going to pull at least one of the 2 new units, and there might be a part 2 with a 3rd unit that nobody was expecting. Okay, so play the game if you aren't already playing it. Go go to the App Store, download My Hero Ultra Impact. It is so good, and I'm not like being paid to promote this or anything, but I just really enjoy the game. If you guys enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing like I said at the beginning. And I appreciate y'all. Peace.